In this particular video, we will look into the economic importance of algae, and we will also look into the differences between three classes of algae, that is chlorophyceae, phaeophyceae and rhodophyceae. Starting with the economic importance. So in this economic importance, we look how algae is useful to us. So we can divide the economic importance into four parts. First is the photosynthesis. Second is it works as primary producer. Third is it works as food. And fourth, it can be useful to us as hydrocolloid. Talking of the first economic importance, that is photosynthesis, it is important to note here that algae does almost half of total CO2 fixation on Earth. So that means if we talk about photosynthesis, then almost half the fixation is done only by algae. So that means algae is very important for the process of photosynthesis. Next, we can say that in this case, if photosynthesis will occur, then obviously oxygen will be released, and so these algae will increase level of dissolved oxygen in their immediate environment. Talking about the second function, primary producers. Now, algae are primary producers of energy-rich compounds, and these compounds form the basis of food cycles of all aquatic animals. The third economic importance is that many algae can be edible. So, there are almost 70 species of marine algae that are used as food, and in this 70 species, there are many species of Porphyra, Laminaria and Sargassum. One important condition is of chlorella. Chlorella is a unicellular alga. It is very rich in proteins, so it is used as food supplement for proteins, and this particular chlorella algae is also used by space travelers. The fourth economic importance is that we can use some algae as hydrocolloids. Hydrocolloids are the substances which can hold water. Now, how these can be useful to us? Now, there are certain brown and red algae. These produce large amount of these hydrocolloids. Example is, we will get algin from brown algae. We will get carrageenan from red algae. So, this algin and carrageenan are the hydrocolloids that we get. Next, we can say that there is a hydrocolloid called as agar. This agar we get from Gelidium and Gracilaria. It is particularly used to grow microbes, and it is also used in the preparation of ice creams and jellies. So, this is the economic importance. After this, if we come to the classification of algae, we divide it into three classes. So, the classification is on the basis of color, on the basis of pigments that are present. The first are green in color, and that is why we call these as chlorophyceae. Phyceae refers to the algae, chloro refers to the green color. Second is phaeophyceae. Pheo means brown, so that is how these are brown algae. The term rhodo means red, so rhodophyceae is the red algae. So these are the three classes in which algae is divided. First, we will look into the broad differences in these three different classes. First, the common name. We have just covered this. So, chloro will be green algae, pheo will be brown algae, rhodo will be red algae. Now, color obviously comes from the pigments. So, talking about the major pigments, chlorophyceae has both chlorophyll A and B, and that is why the color is exactly green. Phaeophyceae has chlorophyll AC. It also has fucoxanthin in it. If we talk about rhodophyceae, then chlorophyll AD and phycoerythrin pigments are present in it. Stored food is different in all three. In the case of chlorophyceae, it is starch. In case of phaeophyceae, it is mannitol and laminarin. and in the case of rhodophyce, we call it Floridian starch. The composition of cell wall is also different. In the first case, cell wall is made of cellulose. In the second one, it will have cellulose, but it will also have algin with it. In the third case, it will have cellulose, pectin, and polysulfate esters. These will form the composition of cell wall. After this, talking about the flagellar number and position of insertions. So, in the case of chlorophyce, these will be 2 to 8. In phaeophyce, it is 2. And in the case of rhodophyce, these are absent. After this, talking about the habitat, chlorophyce is present in fresh water, it is present in brackish water, it is also present in salt water. So, meaning of brackish water is that wherever fresh water and sea water meets, that particular water is called as brackish water. So, it is present in all the three forms. The second one, it will be in fresh water, brackish water, and again salt water, but it will be rare in the case of fresh water. Talking about the last rhodophyce, there will be some members present in fresh water, there will be members in brackish water, and there will be members in salt water, and those members will be most in this particular case.